Why is Representative Ilhan Omar obsessed about the Jewish and Arab conflict while her own people are suffering? Her native country, Somalia, has been without a government, law and order for the last 30 years. Millions of Somali has been displaced and millions are dependent on emergency food aid for survival. According to the Somali Famine Early Warning System, approximately 1.5 million people in Somalia face famine crisis and they are in need of emergency food assistance. An additional 3.4 million people require livelihood support to prevent more severe level of food insecurity. According to UNICEF, 44% Somali are severely and moderately underweight, and 42% can develop psychologically and physically because of hunger. Unlike the Somali, the Palestinians are suffering from obesity. According to the World Health Organization, obesity affects 27% of Palestinians. Over 48% Palestinian men and 37% Palestinian women were overweight in 2012 because of excess food, thanks to Israeli hard work, science and technology. According to the UNICEF, the child mortality rate in Somalia is 137 days per 1,000, while the child mortality rate among the Palestinians is only 21 days per 1,000. The life expectancy in Somalia is 56 years, while for the Israeli Palestinian it is 82. And for the Palestinian in the West Bank and Gaza, it is 75. The GDP per capita in Somalia in 2017 was $500, but for the Palestinian it was $3,100, or 6 times more than in Somalia. According to the United Nations report, there were thousands of rapes in Somalia, the bulk of them committed by the members of security forces. On May 30, 2013, the African peacekeeping soldiers raped a 12-year-old Somali girl. In September 2013, another Somali girl was gang raped by the African peacekeeping soldiers. There is no a single accident of rape that committed by Israeli army since IDF founded in 1948. Ilhan Omar, Palestinian allies, Congresswoman Rashida Tlaib and Islamist activist Linda Source have never campaigned on behalf of the Somali people plight and suffering. The overwhelming Palestinians do not care and do not know much about Somalia. The Palestinian elite media do not give a damn about the Somali people. Certainly, millions of Jews and Israelis care and donate for Somalia war and famine victims. So why Ilhan Omar completely neglected her own people, plight and suffering, but very preoccupied by the Palestinian and anti-Semitism? The answer is simple: because of the Islamic theological teaching and the far-left Western ideology. Black Africans hate their own ancestors' religion, identity, culture, language, names, food, dress, history when they converted to Islam. Because Islam, an Arab civilization and religion, dehumanize everything that is local and African. Black African Muslims campaign for the Palestinian cause and hate Jews because Islamic teaching make them hate themselves and suffer inferiority complexity. Western leftists, politicians, activists, media, etc. don't care when tens of millions of blacks, tribes and clans are massacred, raped, displaced and tortured by other blacks. But they cry out and condemn Israel when one Palestinian terrorist is killed. To be part of the Western left, Black African diaspora, politicians must ignore and forget the plight and suffering of the people in their own homeland. Instead, they must hate Israel. The Palestinians have no common cause and experience with the Africans. I know what it means to be colonized and segregated in apartheid. I came from Eritrea, a country where apartheid was first practiced by the fascist Mussolini before South Africa. I know what it means to be discriminated because I used to live in an Islamic country as a refugee. I know what it means to live in a war because I was born and grew up in war-torn country. I know what it means to live in a famine. I'm from the Horn of Africa. I know what it means to lose your land, culture as indigenous people, because I'm part of the people who have been suffering all these curses. Trust me, Ilhan, the Palestinians are very spoiled people compared to the African black people in general and the Somali in particular. Dear Ilhan Omar, as you are the most powerful Somali woman in the world, please be a voice for the voiceless Somali women, children and men. And please leave alone Israel and the Jews. Thank you.